AI intelligence is the stimulation of human intelligence possessed by machines, especially computer systems. AI systems work by ingesting large amount of labeled training data, analyzing the data for correlations and patterns, and using these patterns to make predictions about future states. AI programming focuses on four cognitive skills. First, learning. This aspect of AI program focuses on acquiring data and creating rules for how to turn it on to actionable information. These rules are called algorithms, which provide computing devices with step-by-step instruction for how to complete a specific task. Second, reasoning. This aspect of AI focuses on how to choose the right algorithm to reach a desired outcome. Thirdly, it will be self-correction. This aspect of AI program is designed to continually fine-tune algorithms and ensure they provide the most accurate results possible. And lastly, creativity. This aspect of AI uses neural networks, rule-based systems, statistical methods, and other AI techniques to generate new images, new text, new music, and new ideas. So you might be asking, why is artificial intelligence important? AI is important for its potential to change how we live, work, and play. It's been effectively used in businesses to automate tasks done by humans, such as in customer service work or fraud detection. In a number of areas, AI can perform tasks much better than humans, particularly when it comes to repetitive, detail-oriented, such as analyzing large numbers of legal documents to ensure relevant fields are filled in properly. When it comes to AI can be categorized as weak or strong. A weak AI is known as a narrow AI and is designed to train and complete a specific task, while a strong AI can replicate the cognitive abilities of the human brain. There are four types of artificial intelligence. The first type will be reactive machines, where these AI systems have no memories and are task-specific. Second is limited memories, where these AI systems have memory so that they can use past experiences to inform future decisions. The third one will be the theory of mind, where it's applied to AI. It means the system will have the social intelligence to understand emotions. This type of AI will be able to infer human intentions and predict human behaviors. Lastly is AI that are self-aware. In this category, AI systems have a sense of self, which gives them consciousness. However, do note that this type of AI does not exist yet.
I will now be going through blockchain. There are four key characteristics of blockchain. Firstly is decentralization. Blockchain operates on a decentralized network of computers where no single entity has control, which eliminates the need for intermediaries. Secondly is cryptographic hash functions. Cryptographic techniques are used to secure data. The transactions are hashed, which means it's converted into fixed-length strings of characters and linked together in blocks, making it hard to alter past transactions. Thirdly is transparency. All transactions on the blockchain are transparent and verifiable by anyone on the blockchain network. Lastly will be immutable ledger. Data added onto the blockchain cannot be altered. This ensures the integrity of transaction records. So how does blockchain work? There are 5 main processes. Firstly, participants on the blockchain will initiate transactions, which then involves the exchange of assets, data, or the execution of smart contracts. Next, transactions are then grouped together into a block, which are then verified for validity. Verifications involves checking digital signatures to ensure that the transactions come from legitimate sources. Once the transactions are verified, the block is given a unique identifier, which is a cryptographic hash. A hash is generated using the information from the previous and current block, which forms the chain between the blocks. Next, before the block is added onto the blockchain, the network is required to reach a consensus on its validity. There are 3 types of consensus mechanisms. Firstly is the proof of work, secondly proof of stake, and lastly proof of authority. Lastly, copies of the blockchain are then maintained by all participating nodes in the network. Replication ensures that if one node is compromised, the entire blockchain network can still function. Here are some real-world applications of blockchain. Firstly, identity verification. Blockchain-based identity verification systems help to enhance security and privacy in financial transactions. Secondly, supply chain management. It allows businesses to track the origin and journey of products in their supply chain, ensuring authenticity and traceability. Thirdly will be smart contracts. Financial institutions use blockchain to automate contract execution and minimizing fraud. Lastly, credential verification. Academic credentials and certificates can be securely stored and verified on a blockchain.
Hi and welcome to the cybersecurity section. I'm Elise and I'll be covering the topic of phishing. To start, what is phishing? Phishing is basically a social engineering attack. The attacker will send a link to a victim via email or text, and the victim will be led to a fake website, mimicking a real one, like bank websites. Once the victim enters their personal info onto the fake website, the attackers can steal their information. What are the consequences of phishing? These include identity theft. The attacker steals the victim's personal info to commit fraud or other crimes. The next is financial loss. The attackers trick the victims into donating to fake charities or use their credit card info to make unauthorized purchases. The last is business disruption. Attackers send malicious links to company employees, stealing company info. The most common phishing types utilize the email, voice, and SMS mediums. Email phishing usually involves deceptive emails leading to revealing of sensitive information or malware downloads. Voice phishing includes fraudulent calls asking for sensitive info or causing of unauthorized financial decisions. SMS phishing includes deceptive text messages, deceiving recipients into disclosing their personal info or engaging in malicious activities. What are some practical ways to handle phishing emails? Firstly, check the authenticity of the email. Ensure the sender and links are real. Secondly, firewalls are good too. They shield users like us from potential attackers. Lastly, use strong passwords and rotate them regularly. In the unfortunate case of successful phishing, you should immediately stop further damage. Disconnect your device, change passwords, block similar emails, and backup software. Next, investigate the cause. Do scans, check your system for signs of identity theft, and conduct online searches on the attack. Lastly, communicate to all relevant parties and report the incident. How have people responded to phishing attacks in the real world? The first example of a successful detection in phishing would be in 2020, involving a spear phishing campaign that used spoof emails from legitimate organizations to trick victims into clicking on malicious links. This was prevented when the FBI worked with the targeted organizations to identify and block these malicious emails. Some have also managed to successfully recover from phishing before truly becoming a victim. In 2018, a woman in California received an email appearing to be from her bank. The woman fell for the scam and gave up her information. However, she realized it was a scam and managed to contact her bank to report the fraud in time. Thus, the bank was able to recover her money and close her account. And with that, we have come to the end of the cybersecurity section.
Moving on, we will explore how cloud computing is transforming the fintech industry and the benefits it offers to organizations. Cloud computing is helping businesses in the fintech industry to transform by providing security, infrastructure, and a breadth and depth of services. With cloud computing, businesses can access robust security measures to protect their data and infrastructure. They can also take advantage of a flexible and scalable infrastructure that can be easily managed. In addition, cloud computing provides a wide range of services, including computing, storage, databases, security, networking, and analytics. This allows businesses to access tools that they need in order to innovate and grow. Cloud computing providers such as AWS also offers APIs that allows businesses to easily integrate their services into their applications. This makes it easy for businesses to take advantage of the benefits of cloud computing. There are many benefits to cloud computing in the fintech industry. One of the main benefits is agility. With cloud computing, teams can experiment and innovate quickly and frequently. This allows them to respond rapidly to changing market conditions and customer needs. Another benefit is cost savings. With cloud computing, you only pay for what you use, leveraging economies of scale. This can result in significant cost savings for businesses. Cloud computing also offers elasticity. This means that businesses can easily scale up or down with the needs of their businesses. Finally, computing allows businesses to focus on their core business differentiators rather than worrying about managing their IT infrastructure. When it comes to security and sustainability in the cloud, there is a shared responsibility model. This means that both the organization using the cloud and the cloud provider have responsibilities. The organization is responsible for security in the cloud. This includes things like customer data, platform, and application security. identity and access management, operating systems and network security, as well as client-side data encryption and data integrity authentication. The cloud provider is responsible for cloud service security also. This includes things such as the server-side encryption, network traffic protection, as well as physical security of their data centers. The same shared responsibility model applies to sustainability in the cloud. The organization is responsible for things like data design and usage, software application design, platform deployments and scaling, as well as code efficiency and utilization. The cloud provider is responsible for things like server efficiency, cooling efficiency, water usage reduction, waste reduction, etc. Lastly, cloud computing provides an extensive global cloud infrastructure that is reliable and secure. This enables fast development while also providing security. With a global footprint that includes regions around the world as well as edge locations closer to end users, businesses can easily deploy their applications globally while ensuring low latency and high availability. In conclusion, we have seen how cloud computing services have transformed the fintech industry by providing security, infrastructure, a breadth and depth of services, as well as agility, cost savings, elasticity, while allowing businesses to focus on their core differentiators rather than worrying about their IT infrastructure. We have also discussed how there is a shared responsibility model when it comes to security and sustainability in cloud, where both organizations as well as the providers have responsibilities. Finally, we have seen how, with its extensive global footprint that includes regions around the world as well as edge locations closest to the end users, it enables fast development while providing security.
Well, let's dive into drone and data. First, we'll dive into what drones are. Drones are unmanned aerial vehicles that receive remote commands from a pilot or relies on software for autonomous flight. In other words, as long as it flies, is controlled by another person through a software and does not require a person to be on board, you have a drone. Now, who uses these vehicles? Initially, these devices were mostly used in the military and aerospace industries, but as time has passed, drones have been more commercialized and thereby used by the general public. It's used to serve a variety of functions, ranging from military purposes, whereby these aircrafts can fly 50,000 feet undetected while being furnished with missiles and intelligence gathering equipment, to photography users. In fact, most of us have probably been amazed by the captivating and expensive aerial photos we see online of beautiful beaches and cities. For data, we'll be looking into how it's most commonly used and how it works. In our current day and age, data is highly sought after in order to better serve the needs of each individual and consumer segments. We see that data has greatly benefited firms and consumers alike, from successful use cases which we will explore in the following slides. Firstly, let's take a look at the social media platform that 1 in 5 internet users worldwide regularly engage in: TikTok. TikTok's high engagement rates are not without reason. We see that each content, especially our For You page, has information that specially caters to each of us. No two TikTok users will see the same set of videos, and this is driven by AI. The AI uses data from your clicks, hesitations, and likes to fuel personalization, giving you not only user-created content that you prefer, but also advertisements that relate to you. Are you getting the hang of how data is used? Alright, let's plunge into another use case of data. This one is about Shopee. If you have ever used a shopping platform, you'll know that the search suggestions are always relevant to what you've been looking for. And if you scroll a little bit down the page, you'll also have promotions of items you want to purchase. And sometimes, when there's an item you'd like but don't have the need to, you'll also be able to use the image search function. That also utilizes data to serve you, and we'll explain how briefly. When you upload an image in hopes of identifying the objects, computer vision AI first does it for you through breaking down the image into individual pixels, then segmenting them and drawing on their data repository to put a name to the objects. The AI does so through various tasks. For example, it can identify the classification of an object, known as object classification, recognize the objects and location of the photograph, known as object recognition, and perform facial detection and identification to determine who the people in the images are.
Lastly, let's move on to environmental, social, and governance, also known as ESG. ESG plays an important role in the effort to increase a company's focus on sustainable and ethical practices, and we have three main pillars of ESG. Firstly, environmental. It addresses an organization's overall impact on the environment and the potential risks and opportunities it faces because of environmental issues such as climate change and measures to protect natural resources. Secondly, social factors address how a company treats different groups of people such as their employees, suppliers, and customers. Lastly, governance factors examine how a company policies itself, focusing on internal controls and practices to maintain compliance with regulations, industry best practices, and corporate policies. There are many reasons why companies around the world are embracing ESG, but here are the top 4 reasons. Firstly, improved brand reputation. Companies that demonstrate commitment to ESG are seen as more ethical and trustworthy in the eyes of customers, which leads to better customer loyalty. Secondly, it also attracts investors. Investors are increasingly looking for companies with good ESG practices nowadays. Thirdly, regulatory compliance. Governments across the globe are introducing new standards that require companies to adhere to certain ESG standards, which makes it essential for these organizations to stay up to date on the rules. Lastly, increased profitability. Companies that focus on ESG often have better operational efficiencies and cost savings, which leads to higher profits over time. ESG helps to create value for companies in 3 ways. The first being mitigating long-term risks. Companies that consider integrating their reporting and assessing of ESG risks have a more accurate assessment of any long-term potential risks. This helps the company better prepare for unexpected events. Secondly, improving operational efficiencies. By understanding what external factors could be impacting their operations, companies can improve efficiency and contribute to reduced costs in the long run. Lastly, creating new opportunities. Companies that are focused on ESG efforts can create new products, collaborations, and business models that focus on sustainability and social impact. This leads to greater innovation and growth potential for the company.